Nigeria politics is not ripe. I'm a political scientist. It's not ripe for people like us. When Nigeria politics will be ripe for people like us is when we have independent candidates. Once we have that independent candidate, I will go out alone on my own, based on my integrity in my honor. I can win an election without going through any political party. And that will be a period where you don't need to carry ballot buses. What are we doing with ballot buses in 21st century? You travel 20 kilometers, 100 kilometers, 500 kilometers because you are going to vote. You have your national identity card with you. You have your ATM with you. With your ATM, you can withdraw money in Lagos, you can withdraw money in Kano. So the same thing should be defined, should be made to make our national identity card useful for us to be able to cast our vote at any place of our choice in Nigeria. It will save us a lot of resources. Look at the money budgeted for INEC, for ballot papers, ballot buses. For what? And we'll be shouting, we'll be screaming, there's no money, we don't have money to run the budget. That trillion is a waste of fund. So that is when people like us will be ripe to move into politics. With my experience in the three arms of government, we need a watchdog on the National Assembly. We need a watchdog on the judiciary. We need a watchdog on the executive. You and me, we are Nigerians. If that is going to be our contributions towards the development and the growth and development of Nigeria economy and politics, we need to do it. It's not that we are going to fight the government in power, but the moment you highlight some of the areas where they are making mistakes for them, we talk of 20-something trillion as our budget. 22 trillion, am I correct? 228 billion is given to National Assembly. About the same thing is given to the judiciary. That is just 1%. What happened to the rest? It goes to the executive. Are we seeing it physically on ground? So we shouldn't expect Mr. President to do all the work. It is we Nigeria that will highlight some of these areas so that everybody will sit up. Very soon we'll come up with something we call legislative arena, where we are going to scrutinize some of the governmental policies in order to help them to shape their policies for them and shape the direction in which the government should focus. You don't expect Mr. President to go to my village. You don't expect your governor to visit all the villages. It's only campaigns, they go to local government headquarters. They won't get to the grassroots. So, at a point in time, we need a budget that flows from the bottom to top. That was what we instituted in 2008 at the National Assembly for 2 years before the thing was derailed. We are doing it in collaboration with the United Nations. But along the line, the thing was derailed by politicians. So we hope these are areas where we can also assist the government and any other area too that our services are required. No matter the challenges, once you are focused, you are dedicated. Don't be selfish, be selfless, be prepared to serve your father's land. One way or the other, God will turn things around for you to be able to benefit and achieve it. Little did I know when I was doing most of the things that one day I will retire with my full complement of my salary for life. It's very rare. So once you have that opportunity, you grab it. But in the course of the service, you have to be dedicated, you have to be focused. And do not always think of yourself. Think of what you can do for the institution, for the country. That is very paramount. As you are doing it, other can be messing you. You see his father's company, you see his father's this thing. Don't bother, don't look back. One day God will reward you through known and unknown persons. So that's the way I just see life. So once they are dedicated, they are committed in the service of their fatherland, Almighty God will compensate them too. So, and like what I said in the commission should help the National Assembly. What other people are enjoying outside the legislative arm is much. Once you retire in National Assembly, you are not entitled to anything. They don't give you anything until this bill was passed. So why are we feeding others and we cannot feed ourselves? So these are areas where they need to put more satellites to make sure that they turn things around. If you feed another man's children and you refuse to feed your own children, how would they relate?
We have been together for a very long time. As we speak, we are currently working on a pension bill with him. We are also working on another project that has to do with National Assembly Clinic that is a part of. So he's not actually leaving us, but for reasons of service, yes, he's exiting service today, but he's not leaving us. So apparently we'll continue to operate like a family. We are not going to miss him in a way. For all other things, like we have always been operating in National Assembly, we are going to continue to work together. Wherever he is, we'll bring him to us, and then we'll give him the assignments we want that he is used to doing. Not because we don't have officers that will do it, but this is how National Assembly operates. If you are retired and you have been part of the family, we'll go after you, bring you back to continue operating in the system by way of consultancy or otherwise.
When you start a journey and Almighty God assisted you to complete it, it should be a source of joy and happiness for you. It is not easy for you to start public service career and for you to retire successfully. One, for being alive, it should be a source of joy. Aside from being alive, for seeing your colleagues around you